Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the next Go Battle League update for the Memories in Motion season here, which is going to be interesting. I have no idea what's going to be happening, but I've just read the first kind of paragraph and I'm a bit worried here. Just anyway, we're going to take a look at everything. I have no idea what's going to happen here today. I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of more videos coming out today towards it as well, and tomorrow and the day after. So stay tuned here, follow this channel, subscribe if you haven't already. But the one thing that kind of worries me a little bit in the beginning is the number of wins required to advance from rank 19 to rank 20 will revert to 20. All other rank up requirements will remain the same. So is that still going to be an interlude season? I don't think it's going to be. We're gonna see it later anyway, if that's something towards rank 24 later down the line. But we have otherwise here the cups first. It's going to be a bit of a mystery for a bit. We have the Kanto Cup coming back. That's interesting. It's going to be, of course, Kanto Celebration this next upcoming season. Spring Cup is going to be back. Jungle Cup going to be back. A lot of different cups. Electric Cup. Okay, I don't think we had this one before. I don't think we did. A Fantasy Cup. We have the Spring Cup again. We have the Fantasy Cup. We're going to have the Jungle Cup again, like it's kind of repeating ones. Memories in Motion Catch Cup Great League Edition. That's going to be interesting for this 1 week, and then 2 weeks at the end, we are just going to be the normal Go Battle League. There's going to be daily discoveries, Go Battle League Thursdays. Oh, okay. We had never had a Thursday for that. Thursday between 12 AM and 11:59, like for the entire day, basically. Starting Memories, different days of the week will have daily discovery experiences associated with it each week. Up to 4 times Stardust from wins. The number of maximum sets per day increased from 5 to 10, so 50 total battles. So you get the double amount of battles every Thursday. That's kind of cool. That is actually really cool. I like this change. So you basically have a Go Battle Day with that then as well. Like you have the Max Monday, you have the Spotlight Hour on Tuesday, you have on Wednesday the Raid Hour, and on Thursday you're going to have the Go Battle League Day. I think that's a great idea. I think that's kind of cool. I had no idea about this. Okay, we have normal ranks again. That is good to see. I was a bit worried about the text in the beginning. Again, like it's the first time for me seeing this. I don't get information prior. Pikachu Libre is coming back. Honedge is going to be here, or part of the ones here. I wonder which is actually going to be the one, the post that we're going to get. Here, the general encounters, you're going to get the active raid boss if you are at level 20 plus, which is kind of cool. Of course, we're going to have the general changes for PvP, the move updates and whatever later as well. Here, what is inspired? It's inspired by blue. We had this one before, but this is a different pose. It's basically blue pose number 2. We had blue before already as one of the poses very, very early on though, which is kind of nice to have like a bit of a repeat here in this kind of way, but basically it stops the pose at this point in the other pose, which is kind of interesting. Go Battle League Research Pass. I think it's mostly going to be the exact same. It got changed just recently, generally, but it's something that you're going to get for free in the in-game shop in the first 2 weeks. You have to claim it then, afterwards it's going to go away. And it's just going to allow you to get extra rewards from playing Go Battle League, which is fantastic. Kanto Cup, nothing really too special here. A lot of non-Kanto Pokemon, by the way, are allowed in the Kanto Cup, like the Alolan forms, the Paldean forms, all of this kind of stuff is allowed. Spring Cup, where you're not going to have Rose Raid, Toxapex, or the Jumpluff. I think Spring Cup was usually not that great. Electric Cup, without Stunfisk, Helios, Charjabug, and Vikavolt. We had this cup before, as far as I know, actually. Never mind, because I remember those Pokemon being banned because they had Mud Slap. I'm very certain this was actually the case, at least. Catch Cup is kind of... Okay. Here is what we see, what is going to change. And I will make a video afterwards basically towards. Here's the attack changes, which is everything everybody is kind of waiting for. Low kick. From 4 to 5 power plus energy generation increase. What we can do as well is maybe go to the site on PvPoke and look what it is currently. As a low kick is currently 4 and 5. That is not ideal. Could be something, I don't know, 5 and 8 energy I could see. Mudshot is actually, which I talked about in the Swampert video just yesterday, is going back to what it was before, 3 power plus energy. That's kind of cool. Psycho Cut is getting boosted in terms of the power damage, which is not going to do a lot of, but it's going to be kind of cool. Waterfall is going to get a decrease in power and an increase in energy. That's going to be huge for especially Kyogre. I think that's going to change quite a bit for this Pokemon. Again, we're going to take a look at this one. Energy generation increased from Wing Attack. I think it's back to what it was before, and that is powerful. Yeah, Wing Attack is back to 5 and 8, and there are a lot of very good Pokemon that learn Wing Attack, and so this is going to be a very much impactful change. Gligar is going to be one of them, one of the Pokemon that was the reason why you actually nerfed it in the first place. Moltres has now a move that generates energy faster than Sucker Punch does, but Sucker Punch is most likely still going to be better. Peck is... Well, let me see where Peck is, because Peck is going to be quite an interesting alternative. I guess Peck is going to be just a better version of Wing Attack then. That's going to be mostly what's going to happen. I think it's going to be 8 energy there. Makes a lot of sense. But still, I think it's going to impact a few of the Pokemon. Drain Punch is going to do more damage. That's needed, but alright. Heat Wave is going to go down to 75 power. Energy cost decreased. If we take a look at Heat Wave, that's a charge move. We're going to see here as well that Heat Wave is currently a very bad move at 75 energy. It very likely goes down to 45 energy or something like this. Phantom gonna get more damage. That's gonna be great for Tatera and Flygon. And Garchomp. Twister is gonna get an energy cost decrease in 70 power to make Twister maybe 40. Yeah, Twister is gonna be amazing. Twister is gonna be a very strong move. Just want to see real quick before we actually see what else is gonna happen. What Pokemon have the move Twister currently. Gyarados will absolutely utilize it as far as I can see that. Fearow could even utilize it, but I think the coverage is better on Fearow. Shelgon is gonna love that. Shelgon is gonna be very good next season with that already. I can tell you that. Otherwise, you have Gabite, and I do think there's very likely going to be a few more Pokemon that gonna learn the move Twister than in the future, which we're gonna see very likely a bit later in this video. Volt Tackle energy cost decrease. I hope we're gonna get it on Raichu, which would be kinda cool, because Volt Tackle currently is not a great move, but I hope we're gonna get it on Raichu. Bullet Punch is a decrease. Okay, here we have some nerfs. Bullet Punch nerf, Mud Slap nerf, Smackdown nerf. That is interesting. Mud Bomb nerf as well. So by Unova Stunfisk, it still can have some play, don't get me wrong, especially with Mudshot being buffed there, it could be still kinda alright with that, but Unova Stunfisk kinda is lacking charge move damage now. Like with Mud Bomb being energy, like the energy cost increase, that is going to change quite a bit for this Pokemon. Night Slash user's attack increase is lowered, so only to like 1 stage. And then we have Rock Tomb nerf, like a lot of nerfs here actually, but honestly I do think they're great. I do think they're actually really good. Acrobatics, Gliscor. Don't think it's gonna have a lot of play. It could have play actually. No, never mind, it can have play. If you run Sand Attack, Fast Move, Night Slash, Charge Move, and then Acrobatics, actually kinda cool. Fly Moltres didn't Moltres have Wing Attack as well? Because then Moltres would actually have some potential. If we're gonna take a look, I think it's kind of interesting to see at the same time as well. And Facein has Fly. It is Wing Attack, I mean. Yeah, it has Wing Attack. Now Fly is an amazing move. And then Overheat, actually Moltres have some potential. Like Moltres can have some potential. Scolipede with Awkward Tail, going to be very interesting, going to be very similar to some of the other bugs that have awarded Awkward Tail there. It's going to be good on it. Scald Volcano is cool. Fury Cutter Heracross is going to be kinda interesting as well. We're gonna take a look at this one eventually. Pidgeot getting Heat Wave is actually cool because it's gonna give it finally some coverage against the Steel typing, making Pidgeot quite more interesting. So I could see that we get the Air Cutter, Gust, and Heat Wave moveset. I don't think that Heat Wave is going to be good on Zapdos at all. I don't think it's going to be used. Togetic could be actually using this move though. Togetic could have a bit of play with this one, especially if it's very likely going to be the 45 energy one. It's here the Ultra League, but it doesn't really matter. And then you can run Psyshock plus Heat Wave. Could work out. Could work out on this Pokemon. Camerupt getting Scorching Sands. It's going to be better pacing wise, but otherwise it's not going to be very much impactful. Rotomo getting Leaf Storm. Alright. Articuno Podos, no, actually asked for that one ages ago, like in a video, not directly to anything. I don't have anyone there. They have Rock Tomb on Camerupt though, that's going to be interesting, as well as Rock Tomb on the Heracross. That's going to be actually very interesting. Shadow Claw Marshadow, I have my Marshadow build, that is fantastic. Wormadam Always Sucker Punch could be also huge, especially Wormadam Trash could be an amazing Pokemon now. You have to look at this one. Flygon getting Twister and Garchomp getting Twister. That's interesting. That is honestly interesting. I wonder, did not the Rayquaza have Twister as well? I'm not too sure actually. Does it have Twister? It doesn't have Twister, okay. But Twister is going to be an interesting move update here. The Garchomp is going to be definitely better. Like you have Dragon Tail, you have Sand Attack, you have Mudshot actually. Mudshot, Twister, and Sand Tomb is going to be very interesting. Or even Mudshot, Twister, and Earth Power. That's going to be kind of crazy. Flygon is going to get definitely buffed here as well. Marshadow is most likely kind of insane, especially in the current meta. I think a Shadow Claw user is fantastic, especially Marshadow here. Most likely is going to be quite a bit stronger with this move. And again, we're going to have a video afterwards coming up where we're going to take a look at all of the move updates as well. So stay tuned for this. It's going to be up in a few hours from now. But Marshadow here, like look at the difference. This Pokemon is going to be insane. So what we have here is a very good move update. We have a lot happening here. Moltres is going to be interesting. A lot of nerfs, which is going to be interesting. Volt Tackle is still just on Pikachu, which just does not make any sense at all. It's only on one specific Pikachu, I think, as well. So that's fantastic. I don't even know if it shows it here. Volt Tackle. It's not a good move anyway. It doesn't even come up. Yeah, there's no play for this Pokemon just generally. So yeah, interesting. We're gonna get back ranking system. That's going to be cool. I feel like the move update itself, I could have feel like it could have been a bit more spicy. It could have been like a bit more challenging. I feel like there are not a lot of updates. I think some of them are very cool. I think it's more of a balancing update, to be fair, which is weird because this would be kind of what is happening before the World Championships, but this is 2 times before the World Championships. There's still another move update before we're gonna have that happening. So I don't think there's gonna be crazy impact on the meta. Mud Step is gonna be worse, which is good. What's called the Bastion is gonna be worse, which is good. Mud Bomb being nerfed is interesting as a choice. It's kind of only affecting a few Pokemon. Night Slash is honestly not gonna be that crazy impactful, but when the boost occurs, it's not that impactful as well, so I think it's actually a good change. Twists are going to be cool for mainly the Master League, I feel like. Master League and maybe Ultra League, I'm not too sure, and where Flygon is gonna be ranking, but we're gonna take a look at all of this. And this is gonna be what's gonna happen on this channel, so follow for more, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.